Hi, I'm Sam, investment principal at the British Design Fund, and today joined by our latest deployment as part of the BDF Evergreen Fund, Emily, who's here to tell you all about Sages. So, Emily, thank you very much for jumping on and giving us the time. If you can sort of give us a brief introduction of yourself, and then maybe tell us about sort of the journey you've taken to get here and introduce Sages, that'd be great.
Yeah, of course. Well, hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Emily, CEO and co-founder of Sages. And what we do at Sages is we extract dye from food waste. So we're revolutionizing color through this patented technology that we've developed. And Sages started originally as a university sort of like spin out project. Myself and my co-founder Alice both worked in the textiles industry for a number of years before stopping that to do masters at London College of Fashion. I think we were both quite troubled by the amounts of waste and the consumption and the pollution that we were seeing in the industry. So we stopped that, went to go and do masters at London College of Fashion. Both met independently with this idea of solving dye pollution as an issue within the industry. And that was in 2020. We kind of, the idea simmered away in the background for a couple of years. And then eventually in mid 2022, we actually, did an accelerator with Imperial College called the Greenhouse. And we quit our jobs and we got some investment. And yeah, we've been working on Sages for about 3 years now. So yeah, that brings us roughly up to date. And yeah, it's myself and Alice, we're a co-founding team. And then we're now joined by Courtney, who does our head of operations, Chia, who's our production, James, who's a color chemist. And then we've also got a couple of engineers on the team that we work with on a freelance basis.
Yeah, brilliant. And then, so obviously you raised some funds from British Design Fund, and it's exciting to have you as part of the portfolio. We're obviously really excited to work with you over the next sort of, well, hopefully a very long time. So do you want to just talk us through a little bit about what you've got to come, maybe from both a innovation and commercial standpoint?
Yeah, definitely. So we've got from a commercial standpoint, we're at a really exciting point at the moment. So predominantly the past few years have been really a lot on R&D and, developing IP, filing IP, that kind of thing. But we're now at a point where we actually can commercialize and we're looking to scale. So we're working with a number of different scaling routes, looking at toll manufacturers, integration to biorefineries, we're looking at co-location, also potentially our own setups. And yeah, I think that will be defined within the next 6 months, and then we'll pick the best route to go forward. So yeah, that's really exciting. And within each of those categories, we have kind of solid options as well. So that's good. So that's more of the commercial side. We've also got some brands that we're working with, like textiles, lead times are quite long. So we're starting working with them now. Those will be launch in 2027. But yeah, some quite big brands we're working with there. So that's also really exciting. Technically, the dyes are actually already performing very well for textiles, but we actually are going to start looking into packaging, dyes for packaging as well. We're currently applying for a small grant to see if we can fund a bit more work around that, because we've actually had loads of inbound traction around that area specifically. I think it's something that must be an internal priority for companies. So yeah, they're sort of finding our solution. So that's something else. But yeah, predominantly the focus will still be textiles. That'll be sort of a side technical project which we can develop.
Yeah. And one of the sort of benefits of your innovation in particular is that the feedstock is typically agricultural and food waste, but it's not restricted to a specific type of fruit, vegetable, or I mean, I know that one of the ones you use is avocado skins, for example. But yeah, do you want to just talk a little bit about how sort of versatile the process is in terms of
Yeah,
feedstock?
definitely. Yeah, it's a really good point actually, because I think sometimes when we say food waste, people think it's like compost or something like that, and we're just, collecting bins from outside on people's bin collection day. But yeah, no, it's you can work with lots of different waste streams, but they do have to be separated. So it has to be a specific waste stream. So we work with at the moment blueberries, red cabbage, coffee, avocado pits, avocado skins, and then also one that I've forgotten. But yeah, I'm sure I'll remember it in a second. But yeah, so we work with about 5 core waste streams there, but we can work with loads of different ones. And the core principle of the extraction process remains the same, even though the color causing compound is different. So you might have your parameters in your process changing slightly in terms of time, temperature, that kind of thing, or pH perhaps, but the actual extraction process essentially remains the same, because basically what you're doing is identifying the color causing compound in a food waste stream, and you're extracting just that, and you're isolating out sugars and proteins and starches and any heavy metals potentially as well. You're filtering all of those out, so you're left with just that color causing compound. So yeah, you can work with, I mean, the sky's the limit. There's a lot of waste available.
Brilliant. And you're London-based, Bermondsey, and you've got that's sort of to be continued as your R&D hub. So you just talk through you've got like a really impressive setup.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Sam's been to visit us, so that's always nice to hear. Yes, we are currently based in Bermondsey. We've got a custom-built lab there, and we built that with the proceeds of a smart grant, or some of the smart grant went towards that. So yeah, that's where we do all of our very specific extraction processes. We develop a lot of IP there. We also can do trials for customers. We've got very, nerdy technically, we've got a Pyrotech Roach's lab dip machine. So that simulates an existing dyeing process that's used in industry quite a lot. So we can get quite accurate results. I think our goal going forward is to remain to always have an R&D hub in London, because I think it's really important to have that. And actually, I think we get the best talent as well being in London in terms of like R&D technical development. But going forwards, we're looking at the manufacturing being outsourced. So potentially that is, yeah, with a waste supplier, it might be with a textiles manufacturer, it might be our complete own facility. That's currently what we're ironing out. But likely, yeah, that won't be in London because it's very expensive per
Yeah,
square foot to have any manufacturing facility in London.
absolutely. Brilliant. Well, look, Emily, thanks for your time today. Yeah, really excited for the future, and welcome to the BDF portfolio.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're very happy to be part of the BDF portfolio.